What's up guys and girls, welcome to Freedive Passion. Today I'm going to share some experience that I have with how I found lanyards affect my freefall. So thanks for tuning in and watching the video. In the past 6 months the channel's been growing and growing, but I've been kind of lazy with my videos, so I apologize for that. But since the channel is doing so well, I've decided to, try and do videos more regularly again, like every week, and continue to share my experience and knowledge with you guys. So recently I was doing some training in Sharm el Sheikh in Freedive World. It's the freediving center that Andrea Zuccari owns. For those of you who don't know that name, he's one of the deepest no-limit freedivers in the world who's ever lived. And he's an equalization expert. So I went there when I was going deeper than what I could go in Dahab. So when I was going beyond 92, I got up to 97 meters constant weight PB. In the past, I've always dove with the lanyard on a waist belt. So for constant weight, monofin, free immersion, and of course no fins, I wear my lanyard attached to my waist belt. In competition, this is sometimes not allowed, and in Andrea's center, he didn't allow it. So he wanted me to wear the lanyard attached to my wrist with a Velcro wrist strap. So I made the change. And as I made that change with the lanyard, I started to notice my freefall felt different. In the past, my freefall felt like very, very easy to keep my balance. So I would basically just be free falling straight down the line without having to make too many adjustments. Now what I found once I switched to having the lanyard on my wrist is that I was constantly having to make small adjustments in my free fall just in order to go straight. So because the only thing that changed was having the lanyard on my wrist, I assumed it was because of the lanyard. Now, I had no choice but to keep the lanyard on my wrist because that's how Andrea wanted me to dive, and I was in the center. So I continued to dive this way. I tried a couple of things to help solve the problem. So one thing was I brought my arms closer into my body, and I tucked my thumbs into some bungees that I had attached on me. So this meant that because my arms were less far out, hopefully the drag and resistance isn't going to affect my free fall and pull me to the side as much. And this definitely helped, although it didn't totally solve the problem. So I was still getting pulled off balance, but just less than what I was before. The other thing that I would do is I would continue to kick like 1 or 2 kicks every 10 meters. So if you're going faster, generally it's easier to maintain a straight free fall. And if I would find like my free fall was going off, rather than having to constantly correct it for the whole descent, I would just do a kick, and the kick would automatically sort of correct my free fall. So I got around it, and I still got some new PBs and did some nice dives, but definitely it took away from my relaxation. Now, when I was talking to Andrea about this, and it turns out he's a smart guy, and he knows more than just equalization. He's really, really experienced. He's had world-class athletes come through his center for years now. He mentioned to me that maybe it would be better to have a heavier lanyard. So the lanyard I was using was this style, a very light lanyard. And as I'm free falling, I'm kind of dragging this lanyard behind me. I'm free falling faster than what the lanyard is free falling. And this potentially could have been what was kind of slowing me down and causing me to lose my balance. I didn't want to change anything that late in my training. I only had a couple of dives left, so I just kind of kept dealing with it. But then once I finished my deep diving, I did some training dives. Still like deep enough, 70, 80 meters, but with a heavier lanyard just to see if there was a difference. So I did some dives with more this style lanyard, a stainless steel lanyard. So this thing is actually sinking a little bit faster than me or the same speed as me if I'm doing a fast free fall. And what I noticed is my free fall was perfect again. So Andrea was right. For when I have the strap on my wrist, I find it's much more comfortable and much easier to keep your balance and keep straight in a free fall if you have a heavier lanyard. I did other experiments where I have the lighter lanyard on my ankle, so how you would wear it for free immersion, and it didn't affect me in the same way. I think because if you imagine this is your feet, even if you're getting slowed down a little bit here, it's not gonna affect your balance so much. Whereas if you get slowed down here, if this is your arm, the whole body will pivot around that point, which is going the slowest. So the light lanyard works well if you have it on a waist belt for no fins, or if you have it on the ankle for free immersion. But I found the heavier lanyard is much more comfortable if you have the wrist strap on. So this is just my experience. You should go out, test it yourself. Probably if you've got a light lanyard, you can try doing a few dives with a heavier lanyard. Maybe your friend's got a heavy lanyard and you can just try it out and see how it affects your free fall. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, then like, share, subscribe. If you want to see what I get up to on a more day-to-day basis, you can head over to Instagram and follow us on Instagram. All the type of stuff that I do, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, generally also goes through Facebook, so that's a nice place to follow me as well. If you find you notice a change between heavy and light lanyard, then also let me know in the comments section. Until next time guys, take it easy and dive safe.